Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for this Ask Us Anything session. I'm Fabrice, Henrion, Director of Odoo US, and I'm joined here today with Fabien Pinckaers, founder and CEO of Odoo. We have done Ask Us Anything session in the past. We are happy with how it's going, and we would like to take on your questions today about anything, whether it's the company, the product, the business model, or community and our partners. We have a short introduction today for you, and for about 10 to 15 minutes, and right after we will take on your questions. You feel free to ask your questions in the chat. We will go through them, we will answer, and without further ado, let me introduce you to Fabien, and let's start with our short introduction.
Hi everyone, so I'm the founder of Odoo, Fabien, and today I will start with a 15-minute presentation about Odoo, the company, the product, the roadmap, and where we are going. And right after that, we'll go on your questions. So ask your question on the live chat on the right on YouTube, and we'll answer them the most transparently possible, one by one. You can ask questions about the product roadmap, the partner, on the community relationship, the business model, the strategy of the company, and KPIs, or whatever you want to know about Odoo. I think Fabrice and me, we know everything, so we will try at least to answer every question. Okay, let's start. Let's start with a very short presentation on what's new at Odoo. But first, for those that are new to Odoo, some KPIs. Today we are 335 employees. We do have 2 million of users running our software. We do have 788 partners across something like 120 to 130 different countries. So we are basically worldwide. Yep. To give you an idea about the company, our growth is 78% per year. Actually, no, it's 81. I just get the number this morning. Some companies grow faster than the other, like US America is growing at 150% per year. And we are a company that is on a run rate of 24 million of euros, or something like $26 million for this year. Okay, that's it for the company. If you need more information about the company, just ask me in the chat. A few words about the product. You all know the product if you are here. Maybe about the roadmap. As usual, over the past years, the key focus for the R&D team has been the product, and more specifically in the product, the usability. So we want our software to be faster, to be easier. We want our user to be more productive at work. We think Odoo is a tool, and it's a tool to empower the users. It's a bit of a different strategy compared to the other ERP. Traditional ERPs used to develop software for managers. When you see the webinars or live casts, they will show you the dashboards and KPIs, but then the users suffer using them. At Odoo, we have a different point of view. We think the ERP or management software should be a tool that empower every user of the company. We want every user to be more productive. So in that objective, the usability is super important. It's our key priority. One of the new things we'll do is an Odoo Pass, platform as a service. So it's basically what you have in Odoo Online, but for the partners, so they can host community modules, install module in one click, have replication of their database, can manage their customer instance and things like that, develop custom code for on the cloud and things like that. So we'll release an Odoo Pass quite soon. We work a lot on localization, adding new countries every month. We did a huge refactoring on services companies about forecasting, timesheet, billing, dashboard of projects. Huge refactoring on inventory and MRP. We were probably already the most advanced inventory plus MRP plus quality PLM maintenance software in the world, but we think we can push the limit and do something even better. So we are working on that. We are working on the website builder, Odoo Studio, of course. That's the tool that allows you to customize Odoo. For the developers, we are moving to Python 3. We have an iOS app on the way, and we also have a few new apps like a meeting scheduler, marketing automation that are coming. Those are just some elements of the roadmap. We have like 300-400 tasks for the new version. So this is not just a small peek at what's coming. Yeah, as I said, If you compare Odoo to traditional software, the difference is that we really have a software that helps the user. For us, it's super important. It's also important to satisfy the manager, to have KPIs for them, dashboards, monitoring of their team. But at the end, the productivity of a company is the productivity of its employees. So we want our user to be productive, to work easy and fast, but we also want them to enjoy the software. So usability is super important. I can show you after some elements of design we did to help the user enjoy using Odoo. So we want your user to be happy, more productive, and work faster. Some news, and then I will go to the question and answer. First, we just launched the Odoo certification. You can get it on odoo.com/page/docs. So it's the docs page on our top menu. Sorry. It's based on version 10, and it's been a long time request from our partners. You can use it to, of course, advertise your competencies, because we'll publish all the certified people online. To assess your employees, good also. We'll ask all operations service team to go through this certification. And I think also it's a good service for the employee, because people like to get an award, or a recognition, a certification, not an award. We, compared to the previous certification we launched in the past, we tried to do it at a very low price, so it's $250. So the goal for us is not to generate revenue based on that, but more to have a good entry point so that everyone can subscribe and do the certification. So you can see the certification here. If you want to apply, it's open since today. So you get to Docs here, and there you have the certification. It takes around 1 hour 30 minutes to do the full test. There is 300 questions, but you get only 80 per person. The next news for today is we just launched the the Odoo Experience website. So it's the event of the year for Odoo. So if you go to experience.odoo.com, here it is. Now you can subscribe to, you might have a DNS issue, so here it is, because we just updated the DNS. So you there is 2 parts in Odoo Experience. One is the 3 days of learnings and networking. We have something like 110, 120 conferences for free. 50% of them are development conference, and 50% of them are business talks. But you do also have what we call the smart class. It's hands-on training on Odoo. 4 different trainings, 2 for developers, 2 for businessmen. How to configure, set up, and customize the Odoo. This year we also have a very good concert with Mr. Cover, probably the biggest, not probably, surely the biggest cover group of Belgium, ABBA Gold. We have another concert with the Odoo Band. We have, of course, a lot of beers. 120 conference, it's free, so I recommend you to register. You have all the information about the talk. You can also submit your talk. So if you are a member of the community and want to advertise a very good module you developed and make a small talk, you can propose a talk. We get around 300 different talk propositions per year, and we accept 60, 70 talks. Smart class for exhibitors. Next. For exhibitors. Yep. So you can get the exhibitor brochure from the website. What you should know is that Odoo Experience is open for registration if you want to exhibit, and it's based on the first order, first served. So if you order now, you can choose your best spot. In short, some numbers about Odoo Experience: 60 business talks, 12 business workshops, 2,700 attendees per day, and it's 3 days. 50 developer talks, a lot of beers and fun, of course. It's also a social event. We have 60 different countries, some statistics. People come from all around the world. So usually partners like to sell to partners. So if you are a partner and want to promote your services, you can reach the whole of the world in just 3 days. The profile of the people coming here: 25% are directors or CEOs, 15% CTOs. We have some marketing guys, finance guys, 20% project manager, and 20% business analyst. This year we'll change the concept. We have ready-to-use pre-furnished booth that you can order at a very low price. It starts at 490 euro. Everything is set up so that you just plug your computer. You have a big screen where you can showcase your module or your slides, and the booth is set up for you, so you have no material to bring to the event. Low investment. You can choose between doing half a day or the full 3 days, and you get a high visibility in the hall. And to ensure a lot of visibility to the participant of the event, we changed the concept this year. And now every exhibitor will have something to present that will be promoted in the agenda. So, for those that know Odoo experience, the tracks and the agenda is the most important thing during the event. Everyone is walking in the event with its printed agenda, and they go from conference to conference. We want to advertise every exhibitor as a specific track in the agenda. So every booth will be advertised so that you get a maximum of visibility. With a clean design, a big screen so that you can do your demos, so that the exhibition hall will become a really center of the attention during this event. You can choose to go for half a day, so that's very useful if you just want to promote one module, or you can go for the 3 days like usual to promote your company or your customer reference. If you go for the 3 days, you have the ability to advertise 5 tracks in the agenda for exhibitors. If you go for half a day, of course, you only have 1 track. But the good thing is that it's quite low cost, and you can get a visibility for your module very easily. So it starts at 490 for half a day, or a bit less than 2,000 euro for the 3 days. And you get everything included, the big screen, the booth, the slot. You just plug your computer, and you can run the show. We also have VIP stand. We only have 3. So you have to hurry up if you want to book. To pre-order to pre-order it, and I will finish it. I will finish here. Where is it? Become an exhibitor on the website. You can pre-order now. We only ask you to pay 180 euro, so it's a low commitment. You can pay in 2 times, 180 now, and 1 month before the event, so before September, you will have to pay the balance, which could be 200 euro. So you choose your booth like this. You select the one you would like to see. You can have a map of the exhibition hall here. And then you can order and pay 180, and the book is reserved for you. It's based on a first order, first served, so don't wait too long. If you want to submit a talk proposal, it's here, and we'll accept probably 20-25% of the talks. It could be talks for developers, tutorials, or presentation for businesses, demos, or you could be told for customer reference. But if it's a customer testimonial, we want the talk to be done by the customer and not by the partner. Of course, the partner can participate. You can do a talk with a customer and a partner. But we noticed that our audience prefer talks given by the customer directly rather than a partner proposing his services. And last news, next week we'll do an experiment which will be live support from the website. So you connect to Odoo.com and you can ask questions on the support, and they will make you a demo, show how to configure Odoo, how to customize it. So starting on Monday, San Francisco hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., you can connect at any time on a website, ask a question, and you will have an expert that answers for free, of course, in live on YouTube. It's an experiment, so if it works well, we'll run it, we'll set up a team and do it real. And I think it's cool. There is not a lot of software vendor, actually there is none, that can say that they can demo and show everything the customer or the visitors on the website ask in just live, in just a few minutes, doing a live support, interacting with the community. So we really want to improve this channel and interact more with the community. So if you want to test the experiment, connect to Odoo.com next Monday, and you will get a live support button on the top right. Last news, and then we go to the question and answer. We have 2 events this month, one in Bangkok, one in Madrid, in June, and you can get the list of all our future events on odoo.com/events. Of course, we do have a lot of webinars too, so if you go to the event page, we have within the next week. We have 37 webinars, shows, but this month we have 2 important roadshows, Madrid and Bangkok, which are on site. And we'll do more and more Q&A session like this, or challenges, and interview with the community, interview with partner, live tutorials and training. So if you want to stay informed about what we do, just subscribe on the bottom left of this video on YouTube, and you will get a notification from YouTube when we live cast something. So here it is. Now you can ask your questions on the live chat on the right, at the bottom right of your screen. I think on the right, not the bottom, I think. And Fabrice, if you can pick the first question and answer.
Of course. So during the time you were presenting the introduction, there were a few questions I was already able to screen, and there are questions, a few questions about verticals and industries. And in fact, very often we have users asking us, is Odoo for my industry? Is it for my vertical? Do you have modules that take care of the wholesale retail business, like it was asked in the chat? You really have to think in terms of generic needs or business needs at first, before thinking in terms of industries and verticals, because we build Odoo in a very generic manner. For example, a CRM is going to be used in different ways by different companies, but we have built Odoo CRM so that it's as generic as possible and as flexible as possible to cater to as many verticals and business needs possible. So think in terms of business needs first, before thinking in terms of verticals and industries, and then from there you want to look into the different modules and capabilities of those modules and apps to see if Odoo would be a good fit for what you want to achieve. Another question that was related to the Odoo experience announced by Fabien is we have our Spanish-speaking community asking for an Odoo experience in Spanish. In fact, we are already addressing quite heavily the Spanish-speaking community, not only with webinars that we do very frequently, but also with roadshows and seminars. So we have traveled in the past year, and we will continue to travel in all over Latin America, as well as the rest of the world. I think, Fabien, you might have the stats on the number of roadshows and the number of attendees that we've had in the past 6 months. But we have been in many countries in the past. We have some roadshows in Latin America also scheduled for the next 6 to 9 months, one of them being in Mexico. So stay tuned on our events page, and you will probably also get an announcement by email when that happens.
Okay, thank you. So I've seen people on the chat from Mexico, Colombia, Spain. Guys, you should know that Mexico, Colombia, and Spain are part of the key countries we developed on the new localization. So there will be a lot of improvement there. We'll release the Colombian localization in 1 or 2 weeks in the master branch. So it will take 1 or 2 months to be available online. The Mexican localization has been done recently. We are working on the Spain localization to make it official now and more complete. And
we have translated the website and the documentation, I think, in Spanish.
Yeah. So I have a question from Astrid. Can you do that? I have a question from Astrid. How come do you have so few reviews on G2 Crowd, which is a review website, where the competitors have hundreds of reviews? So if you go to G2 Crowd, Odoo, the first thing we do is that Odoo is different apps. So we have 16 here, 10 there. So for every app, we have different reviews. So as opposed to Microsoft Dynamics or SAP, they just have 1 entry on G2 Crowd. So it's divided by the number of apps we have, and we probably have something like 10 different apps on G2 Crowd. We do have an average of 8 point something in our review. But the main difference, I think, is not here. The main difference is the way we manage our marketing. So I will explain this with a small graph. If I compare Odoo with the traditional ERP players, when you ask a buyer what's important for them, you have different values. Some buyers need branding. Branding and marketing, I would say marketing, is very important. for buyers. So you will go with SCP because SCP is a secure choice. Everyone knows it. It's famous, so it's quite important. And then you have the vertical. If you are in the food industry, you will prefer an ERP that is dedicated to food industries because it talks to you and so on. And then you have the features. When you are looking for such a management software, there is a lot of features you'd like to have, and the more you have, the best it is. You know, every customer has a list of requests for proposals with lots of features, and the more you answer yes, the more chance you have to be shortlisted. And then you have the technical quality. Is it easy to adapt your software, or it doesn't cost too much? And then you have the price, like here. And lately, a new value appeared to the buyers, which is the user experience or UX. So everyone has an iPhone today or a smartphone in his pocket. So the quality of the software in terms of usability is becoming very important. So if you want to compare the different ERP players in this graph, let's start with SAP. SAP is very famous, good marketing in this area. It's the same for Microsoft Dynamics or NetSuite. So very good in marketing. They have 26 verticals or different industries covered. So we can say they have a very good strategy in terms of industries. They do cover a lot of features. They do MRP, inventory. But these features, they don't have the modern features integrated, like e-commerce, business intelligence is a separate software, point of sale is different software. So I would say features are pretty good because they go deep in MRP inventory, but not very good because they don't go on e-commerce, point of sale, and so on. Technical quality of ECP is very bad. It's developed in ABAP. When you want to modify something, it takes 2 months, where for the same thing, it takes probably 4 hours with Odoo. The price is very expensive, so the value of the price is low. And the usability of SAP as an ERP, SAP Business One, but it's the same with R3, is pretty bad. So here is the value curve of one of our competitors, which is SAP. When we talk about G2 Crowd, of course, we talk about the marketing. So when you ask the question about G2 Crowd is, why don't you have a lot of review? Because your marketing does not invest here. So let's do the same graph with Microsoft Dynamics. Microsoft Dynamics will have probably this, vertical not as good as SAP, feature not as good as SAP, technical quality a bit better, price a bit cheaper, user experience a bit better. So that's Microsoft Dynamics. If you want to show the value of NetSuite, it's going to be here, like this. And you can trace all the integrated management software on the world, and they will be in that area in terms of value. Now let's do Odoo. So Odoo is not famous. We don't have billions in marketing like NetSuite, SAP, or Dynamics have, so we can say there is a low marketing. It's not bad, means we have as much leads as NetSuite and SAP. We do have 2 million of users, so marketing is not nowhere. But if you compare the budget of the two companies, we can say we have a very low marketing. In terms of vertical, we are very good in vertical. We are the #1 in NGOs. The top 3 of the top 5 NGOs are on Odoo. We are in healthcare. We are in motor vehicles. We are one of the leaders in education and universities. But we do not have a vertical strategy. We do not have team dedicated. We do not have brochures. We do not have experts in food industries. So we could say that we don't have a vertical strategy. It answers the question that Fabrice just discussed before. And then we have the feature. On terms of feature, we do have the inventory MRP feature like SCP, maybe not as deep, but let's say 90% coverage. But we do also have things that the other ERP do not have, like e-commerce, point of sale, business intelligence, fully integrated. So we could say that in features, let's say we are here. Technical quality. It's super simple to customize, to develop with Odoo Studio in terms of development. So we are way above the average because we are more modern. Price, Odoo is between $8 or $30 depending on your country. The others are around 180 to 210 for Microsoft Dynamics per user and per month. So price, we are very good. User interface, we are extremely good, super efficient, productive. Not perfect, because if you compare to a pure iPad app that just do one thing, we don't have the same usability. But for an ERP, we are super good. And for traditional, very simple app, we are very good too. So this is the value of Odoo. Okay. So when you see this graph, it's clear that Odoo is not better than the other competitor. It's just different. And our strength is to be different than the rest of the market. We are less good in marketing in vertical. but we are better in technical quality, price, and user experience. And for the free tier, we are a bit better than the others, but the others are good too. So when you have this in mind, what should we do? Should we invest in marketing and vertical like this? And for instance, work on G2 Crowd, GitHub to have more reviews, because in order to get these reviews, you have to invest time pushing your customer to do it. You have to promote the reviews on their website, so you have to pay GitHub and G2 Crowd. Or our strategy is not this one. It's not to try to be the best in marketing vertical, because you cannot be the best in everything. Our strategy is to say we will invest here and increase the difference. So we continue focusing on improving the product. We think that's what matters, and because we have the best product, because the customer love using Odoo, because you can deploy in 2 months rather than 2 years, we think it will compensate the fact that our marketing is less advanced than the competition. So to tell it in another word, when you run a business, you have to decide where you over-invest and where you under-invest. We over-invest in the product, usability, technical quality feature. We put all our effort there in research and development. We under-invest in marketing and vertical. We don't have vertical strategy. We don't plan to go. We keep having a generic strategy like CRM, accounting, MRP, and not food industries or education. Even though our partners are doing vertical, so you will find a lot of vertical offers on the Odoo ecosystem. And we under-invest in marketing too, which is the reason why we don't have that much reviews on G2 Crowd. I hope it answered the questions. I've been a bit long on this one, but that was the opportunity to re-explain our strategy and why we don't have that much reviews on review websites. Fabrice,
okay,
do you have a question?
Thank you, Fabien. Yes, the questions are flowing in, and actually that graph is in one of our presentations, so if you're interested to use it for your marketing, if you're a partner, we can definitely send it to you if you contact your account manager. Another question is related to the pace of the release of the major versions. So someone is asking if we intend to change the pace and make it faster, so more than once a year, or slower. In fact, we don't really intend to do that. It's been a few years that we are quite happy with the pace of the release of long-term support versions, so the major versions. Currently, well, it has been about every 12 to 15 months in the past few years. And the pace of the release of our SaaS versions, which you can consider as intermediary versions between major versions, is about every 3 months. So we have a pretty good cadence right now, and the two paces, whether it's for SaaS versions or long-term support versions, are very well aligned. So we've had a lot of success with how it's organized and structured and those time frames, and right now we don't intend to change that. The long-term support versions are supported for the past 3 major versions. So as of right now, it's version 10, version 9, and version 8, which gives you about 4 years before you have to upgrade to another version, and that's a good spot that we want to be in for support of versions.
Okay, thank you, Fabrice. We have a question about the new developments we do for services companies related to project management timesheet. So I will make you a presentation of the new versions, so the version that is still under development. So Fabrice, if you can switch to my computer, thanks. So we did improve a lot of things in the timesheet app, the project app, the sale app, expense too, because you want to reinvoice your expense. I will not show you everything. What I can say is that we have new options now that, like in timesheet, automate the reminder to your users. So you can say, I want to send a reminder 10 days after the end of the week or of the month if the user did not fill their timesheet. It's a common problem in most companies that the different service departments do not fill all the timesheet. So you can put a control and send reminder if the timesheet is not complete. You can also set a control for the manager if you want them to validate the timesheet before the end of the month, on the end, every end of week, and you can set a time to do that. But we also improve the forecasting on the project as well as the KPIs. So if I check one project here, you have a new feature here where you have the overview of the project. And when you go to the overview of the project, you have a detailed analysis of this project with the number of hours that have been done based on time and material tasks. So the tasks that you build based on number of hours, so you'll build these hours. Numbers of hours where you worked on fixed price tasks, like tasks, or sales order. So sometimes you say, okay, it's $10,000 for the development. Then every hours you will do on this project for this task will be as a fixed price here. And you also have some hours that have been time-sheeted on non-billable tasks. So these are the time on our project. You have the same in percentage. So on this project, I have a billing rate of 18.13%, not very good. And you do have the profitability here. So we invoice 0 yet, but there is $55 to invoice because 2 hours are based on time and material. And the cost has been $30. So we probably cost. You have the same split by employee, and you can, of course, always click to drill down and get more information. You have the cost by employee with billable, non-billable. And below, you have the forecast for the different tasks. So for the order 32, for the task phase 1, you can have here what have been time-sheeted versus and what has been forecasted for the future. I did not make my forecast yet. And you have the number of hours or day planned versus what's remaining. So this gives you just an overview of what we did, but we improved the forecasting tool. We did improve you see now it's super clean with the multi-level group by. You have the user and then the different project you want to forecast them on. It's super easy to validate. You can switch per month or per week, depending on how you want to work. And we improved the billing also, so you can easily bill based on fixed price, time and material, non-billable, mix everything with expenses. It was already the case before, but now you have a clean dashboard and a way to automate that. That's it. That's a small introduction about the service company. Fabrice, do you have another question?
Thank you, Fabien. Yes, we have a question about what is the cost of the certification. We just announced earlier in the session that we were launching a new certification. It's actually included in the partnership program. It was this question was asked by someone who was a partner.
Nope, not sure. There is still a discussion internally. I don't think so. Okay,
so we'll make analysis on the cost structure of those. We currently have the e-learning platform, so there will be an alignment between the partnership program, the e-learning platform at trainingodoo.com and the certification. So we might bundle, we might find ways to make a plan there for partners.
Okay. I have a quick question for Marlon. About the hierarchy of chart of accounts. You should be happy to know that we developed a new way to do hierarchies in chart of accounts. So before you could do it, on the current version you can do it from the account reports. So you can customize the reports and create your hierarchies. The thing is it's a little bit complex, so only our expert or consultant do it. But now in the future we have a way where you can easily define a hierarchy on chart of accounts. But that's for version 11. It's already developed, and I think it will be merged tomorrow or Monday, at last.
All right. There is a question about feedback and how we gather feedback from our community of users and customers. I think we can maybe enlighten that part of how we work at Odoo. So we are, of course, every day in contact with customers and users, whether it is through our cloud services and platforms or through our partners and their customers.
Yeah, to give you a number, we deploy around 50 customers in production ourselves every month.
And so we have a lot of people internally at Odoo, consultants, support people, salespeople who are in contact with users and customers. And we have a channel internally to provide feedback to our R&D team, to our product owners team. So we are using that heavily, and we make sure to have as smooth a process internally so that feedback can go up to the chain and get to our R&D teams and product owners team. So of course, we are all interested in making Odoo a better product all the time, and this is namely driven by the feedback that our consultants are confronted to during their projects or support with our customers.
Okay, Fabrice, I think for this question I will make a small graph if you can switch to the board. So we do have 8 people at Odoo dedicated to process this feedback. We call them the product owners team. It's 5 people from Belgium, 3 from India. And here is the source of information we get. First, we have GitHub. GitHub is mostly for bug fixes. GitHub is mostly for bug fixes and pull requests, which are improvement. So we have a team dedicated to that that improves that. And then we have the direct customer we have. The direct customer we have. So all our teams, whether it's salespeople or consultant or project manager, they have a channel that is an internal channel to send their feedback. It's around 20 feedbacks per day we get. And then we have the bugs thing. That's odoo.com/help. So every customer can send a ticket on odoo.com/help, and we have teams dedicated to that. In total, it's probably 30 people that process all the thing. And we have another source of information that is very useful is the community. The reason why we succeeded to do localization of different countries so fast is because of this community. It allows us to know how the Spain or Spanish or Colombian or Mexican localization works is because we work with this community. For the committee, we have different channels. We have the mailing list. We have GitHub. And when we need, like for the Mexican localization of our big project like services, we organize workshops with the community so that they can challenge what we do. And of course, we have even like this one where you can ask questions and that you give feedback directly to the CEO, which is helpful to have your features promoted. So if you have a look at this, it's a pretty good source of information that is split between three teams. Product owners, they process the direct customer feedback. We have the service team, which is the support that processes the bugs. Oh, and we do also have the feedback from the market because we do live chat on the website, very useful. And people can ask questions directly from the website, so the visitors. It's more a commercial feedback than a product feedback, but it's very useful to be sure that the product is great. So if you look at all these different channels, I didn't check the numbers recently, but it's something like 256 feedback per day that we process. So it's huge, and that's the reason why Odoo is growing in maturity much faster than any other software. And we are pretty good at processing all those things. And if you check the commits, we do more than on a stable branch, more than 20 commits per day on branch. So every X minutes you have an improvement on the software on Odoo.
Thank you, Fabien. So we have another question related to how can I upgrade from a community edition 9 to community edition 10? So if you want to request an upgrade from Odoo to a community edition 9 to 10, that's something that a service that we would provide through the enterprise contract. So you would have to purchase an enterprise contract if you want us to take care of the upgrade.
So it's between $8 and $30 per user per month. So it's probably cheaper than trying to do yourself with community tools because you have community tools like Open Upgrades where you can try to do it yourself. But for the price and the value you get with the new features and having a better interface and more productive for an employee, I'm not sure it's worth doing and spending your time doing that because it's way too complex. I have a question here about how does Odoo Commerce compare to Magento. I have 2 ways to answer this. First, we do have a white paper that does this. So if I send a message to Fabrice because I don't remember where is this white paper, but I have a shortcut here. White paper, Ecommerce. Here it is. So Clark, if you can maybe post the link on the chat. So we do have a white paper that compare feature by feature Odoo Commerce with Magento. So you have this white paper explains the different products, the KPIs, number of users, resellers, stores running on the different product. We do compare with PrestaShop, Shopify, Odoo, and Magento. And then we went feature by feature, like inventory management, catalog management, and you have all the products feature by feature, and you can check what's supported and what's not supported in every one of these products. So it's pretty good. You have several pages we did a huge analysis of the capabilities of Magento, Odoo, Commerce, and so on. But maybe I should tell it in another way. First, Magento is an old software and Odoo is a modern software. So in terms of scalability, speed, Odoo beats by far everything on Magento. We do have a comparison about speed and scalability. And Odoo is probably 4 to 5 times faster on huge volume than Magento. Then, in terms of ecosystem, Magento probably have more e-commerce module because they are here for since years. So they probably have more e-commerce module than what Odoo has. Community module, but developing module on Odoo is super easy. So if something is missing, it's okay. But if you check the feature that Odoo have, we probably cover 90% of the feature, but the feature we have are much better than the Magento one. So all in all, we can summarize and say, Odoo for a small to mid-sized company is perfect because the e-commerce will be cheaper to deploy, it will be fully integrated, you will not have the pain of integrating. And maybe you will miss a feature that Magento has, maybe you will miss 1 or 2 features. But in the other hand, you will get a much better product at a cheaper price to deploy, even if you have to develop very specific feature. So I think it's a good summary. In terms of evolution, they took like, I don't remember, it was 6 years to release Magento 2, and even that Magento 2, I think it's not a very good product. We do release every month, so our e-commerce is evolving super fast. You can build a website in a few drag and drop. The website builder of Odoo is amazing. It's not a WYSI week where you have to, yeah. Of course, I'm very subjective on the topic, but I think you should check the white paper that is less subjective than me, and you will get a good overview of the comparison of the two products.
Thank you, Fabien. Another question that we had is how many users can I have on Odoo 10, whether it's concurrent users or total? Well, in fact, and in the question, there was a question about 1,000 or 2,000 or more. We have users and databases with over 500,000 users in them and many thousands concurrently. So if you are in the 1,000 or 2,000 users, that's not really a problem. What you might want to look into in terms of performance is what these users are doing. That's really what's going to matter. And so you will want to address the performance aspect of your whole setup, not only Odoo, but Postgres, your hardware sizing, and so on, whether you do load balancing or not for that. But for a few thousands of users, not a problem. We have very large databases running with several hundreds of thousands of users.
The biggest one is 50,000 user, concurrent user, and 350,000 users registered on the database, if I'm not wrong. Mm-hmm. It's the Ministry of Portugal, so all the education, teachers, infrastructure, roads, and things like that.
Right. There is a question, and maybe, I don't know, Fabien, if you want to address this one, but there is a question related to accounting, and that has to do with the parent-child relationship of accounts in the accounting. Do you want me to go for it? Or
what is the question? Why did we remove it, or do we plan to do something similar in the future?
The question is, why is there no parent-child relationship on the accounts?
Okay. First, the majority of the software, if you check all the accounting software, 50% have and 50% doesn't have. And those that have, usually it's not the same concept. I guess you are talking about the concept we had in version 8 or version 7, which is a parent account that creates a hierarchy on the chart of account. I can tell you that we had a lot of support tickets and problems on this. We had a lot of customers that were messing up with the data, creating views, registered. They were creating an account but forget to put a parent, or the parent was wrong. And you don't need a parent because actually the code of the account defines where he is in the profit and loss and balance sheet. So you don't really need that things if the software is well designed. We had people forgetting about the view account. We had people wrongly set the parent not as a view, and so they were posting entries on the parent. So we had plenty of issues for small companies to maintain this hierarchy. So we removed it and we moved it to the report engine. So there is still a hierarchy in Odoo. So if you go to the P&L or the balance sheet, let's check if I have installed the accounting for the demo. You will get a hierarchy, of course. So if I go to, but we just delegated that to the definition of the PLN and the definition of the balance sheet, and not on the user that have to create the different chart of account. The hierarchy is defined in the reports of the different countries, of course. It depends country by country. So here you do have a hierarchy that you can customize. You can customize it the way you want. So here I have 3 levels: income, gross profit, and operating income. I don't have a lot of data in my chart of account here, but you get the point. And you can easily drill down, drill up, zoom to the thing. So we do have a hierarchy. It's just that we configure it differently, because now the definition of the hierarchy is in the definition of the report itself that you can customize. In the future, for version 11, we improve the way you define the hierarchies so that you can design it on separate. A bit like QuickBooks, you have a category on the account instead of view accounts. It's not an account itself. You cannot post entries in a category. To simplify the configuration of the multi-level chart of accounts. But we do have a solution that is good today. It takes 30 minutes to a consultant to redesign a hierarchy if you want one that is different from the one we provide by default. So in my opinion, there is no issue here. It's just a small improvement that we can do in usability to help user customize in 5 minutes rather than 30 minutes.
Thank you, Fabien. We have one question related to if Odoo has IRC chat rooms. So the question can be understood in 2 different ways. Does Odoo have those features for your instance or your client's instances? Or does Odoo have chat rooms and places where developers can talk in order to exchange IDs? So in fact, the answer is kind of the same for both. Odoo does not have some sort of integration with IRC chat rooms, but we have Odoo Discuss, which works kind of like Slack if you're familiar with that. So you get to create groups, you get to create channels, and you get to communicate in rooms of discussions.
Let's show it in real time. Can you connect on our own database, Fabrice?
Sure.
I am. If you are not connected, of course, we support push notifications. I don't know if you have activated push notifications, Fabrice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you will get it.
We also have, obviously,
mobile.
because we use Odoo, we also have groups for our community, and the.
So we push a message to you.
Yeah.
Here it is, and now you can answer real time to me. I can invite you to a channel. Go to this channel and DS, and I send you on US wholesales. Here it is. You can click on the link. You add a notification, and you get in the channel. And now you can discuss on a group channel very easily.
We also use that for our community, and the Odoo Discuss can be used in mailing list mode. It works as an instant messenger as well, and the same technical mechanism is used for the live chat capability on the website, whether it's for support or for discussion with visitors. You can go to odoo.com/groups in order to see the different groups that we have and join if you want to participate in the conversation. So we have a couple of groups depending on.
So we do everything.
Topics.
We do live chat with mobile or desktop. We do real chat, mailing list, group chat, discussion on documents like an invoice, and we have quite a lot of cool shortcuts. Like from the chat, if you chat with a website visitor, you can create a support ticket, or you can assign to a lead to a salesperson. So they have shortcuts because everything is fully integrated in Odoo. You have shortcuts on document in just a click, or just. Maybe related to that, I have a new feature to show, Fabrice. It's the It's the new communication mechanism. So if you can zoom on my computer, the other one. Yes. So we improved in version 11 the way we manage the messages. So of course you have the Discuss app where you can discuss on the left. But on the top menu now you have two icons. You have the notification and the next activities. So for the notification, we merged inbox and real-time notification. So you have one central place where you can have all your message like this. When it's gray, it means that it's not the message has not been viewed yet. And you have the number of message that is here and the number of next notification. So we merge both, so you don't have an inbox plus other channels, so now everything is at the same place. It's super easy to access. And here you have the next activities. So you quickly get all the next activities you have per type of document. So on the leads, you can imagine the leave request to approve, the invoice that are late. Every notification you get from the system or from the people will appear there. It's super efficient. You have the late ones, the things you have to do today. Yeah, that's for the chat. Where is it? And of course, if you click on something, you get to the document directly. So you can navigate super easily. You click and you get to the document here, and you see the task or the business opportunity, and you can answer to the customer from here. The customer will get by email. The email will be directly as an attachment because we have a mail gateway. So if the customer answers, it will appear in Odoo directly, and it will be sent to followers. So we have a follower mechanism a bit like Twitter and Facebook. So it's quite easy. And let's have a look at the next activities. That's a feature I really like. Now you can see your different activities like this. So I have 14 activities to do on leads and opportunities. And if we click on it, you have the leads and opportunities on which you have an activity. That's why it's red here. It's because it's late. I'm late. I have things to do, but I'm late on these things. And then you can check one by one and do your job of processing the different activities. Could be a meeting, an email, a call. You can click on the small icon here and you get the detail of what it is. Or you can zoom to the task and you get the tasks very easy. So we have a better navigation on the next activities, improved so that it's super easy to manage your day-to-day, whether you are an accountant, next activities will be follow-up on invoice, or if you are a salesperson, you will have leads and opportunities to answer, or things that are internal, like your leave request that your manager have to approve, and things like that. And if I continue on the usability stuff, just to have a little bit of fun. So I told you that we do things for the user to be more productive. So this next activity and communication mechanism is a good example. But we have other examples of that. I don't remember where it is. Yeah. So we try to reward the user when you do a good action. Everyone wants to be congratulated when you do something good. So we did a system where, for instance, when an accountant processes all the reconciliation, you have like 100 reconciliation to manually process from the bank. It's painful, so you do it one by one. We have a tool. And when it's done, he gets this, a small animation that says, yeah, good job, you did 4 transactions in 17 seconds. And our accountant really loves that. She loves it because she tries to beat her own performance and try to reconcile the entries much faster. And it's fun. You have like a rainbow man, which is friendly. And you can, in the new version, you can define this in every document. So here I'm in a business opportunity. If I click mark as one, the system will tell me, yes, well done. It will tell you things like you have the record of the month, or you have the record of the team for the week, and you get some notification to tell you what's good. So everyone likes to have a little bit of fun, and so you have congratulations at some point of the system. And the funny thing is, you can customize this for your user. So here is the one we have for us at Odoo. When you click mark as one, you have the head of the chief commercial officer, which is Xavier, which is quite funny. So when salesperson close a good deal, he has the head of Xavier. Of course, it's not always. We do it like 10% of the time when you beat a record, when you get the biggest number of the team for the past 2 weeks. So it's like also a surprise for the user. It's a little bit of detail, but it helps having your user happy, and this is, in my opinion, important. Fabrice?
Thank you, Fabien. There was a question related to having a lot of products in the point of sale and how to load the point of sale as fast as possible. In the question, the number of 10,000 products was mentioned. So you have to know that there is actually a module to help with that. that is called point of sale cache, that allows you to cache your product and only reload what's necessary every time you need to load. 10,000 products is not that much. We have customers with more than, significantly more than 10,000 products. Off the top of my head, I already know of one with between 90,000 and 100,000 products. And the loading time is very reasonable. So you might want to look into that module and make sure that if you are on premise, that your whole stack is proper in terms of performance.
Yeah, even if you don't need it, this module helps you save a few seconds when you load the point of sale, so it's always good. It only loads the product that changed since the last time you synchronized.
Right.
So I have a question here from Guru Murthy. We have some specific ERP requirement. We need to have a demo of Odoo. Yeah, a lot of people have this. Good question. So how to move forward if you want to have a demo, analyze your business needs, and so on. You can schedule a meeting with us, with Odoo Manager, and depending on what you need, here are the different URLs. Clark, if you can some of them on the chat. So if you want to become a partner, if you want to offer services on Odoo, here is the URL. You can click on this, and you will be able to schedule a call with a partnership responsible. And he will analyze your business plan, what you plan to do, your training, and so on. If you want to start using Odoo, so that answered the question we had on the chat. We have 4 different URLs that you can use, and you will be in direct contact with a business analyst that will make a 2 hours tailored demo, customized demo, 1 or 2 hours, it depends, customized demo for you. So if you are in Europe, use this URL, America, India, and rest of Asia. An easy way to access these, if you don't have time to copy them, you go on odoo.com. And from our website, you can schedule a demo with an expert here. You click here. We have people speaking English, of course, Dutch, French, and we also have, for the Indian team, Gujarati. We have Chinese people in our Hong Kong company. So you set your time zone. It detects automatically, and you can schedule an appointment directly here. So I'd like to meet someone at that time. And then you should check what you'd like to know. You want a demo on CRM, sales, accounting. Please describe your project here. The more you describe, the best and the easiest it is for us to do a demonstration that is to the point to what you expect. You have a few questions, and then you will have an appointment. Usually you get your appointment within 1 or 2 days. So it's pretty fast. Yep.
Thank you, Fabien. We have a question about what is the criteria to accept or refuse a roadshow? There's actually no criteria. We do not refuse roadshows.
There is one criteria is
work with
if it's a country with war, or if there is a risk for people, we don't do it.
Okay, yeah. If there is a risk for people, we don't do it. The way we work with roadshows is that we have brochure that will explain you this. Actually, I have it here. That will explain you how we work in terms of roadshow, how we work with sponsors, and so I encourage you to have a look at this page, odoo.com/page/roadshow, in order to see the different activities that we do in the context of roadshows and how we address those questions, how we work with our partners and with sponsorship bundles. The next question that I heard is, or that I read is, what is the Linux distribution that we recommend? You can really choose. We are big. We are big on Ubuntu, but really any Debian-based or any even Red Hat, CentOS, and the likes will do. It's just a matter of knowing your dependencies and your packages to install. But we like Ubuntu here.
Yeah. To answer your question about barcode, scanner, and inventory, and how can you use different materials, I just went and get a barcode scanner. So I have a barcode scanner here, so I can make you a demo. And if you can share my screen, Fabrice. If you want to manage your inventory with barcode, the first thing you have to do is to install, of course, the barcode app. So I go here, and I install the barcode app. And with the barcode app, you can manage all operations: inventory, reception, delivery orders, picking, packing. There are different ways of using the barcode. And different types of scanner that you can use. So if you check on the website, you have a page with the inventory hardware and with all the barcode scanner we support. My favorite is this one. This one is super cool because you have a large screen where you can see everything to barcode and you can do your inventory while you barcode the thing. But we do work with any kind of very small one to large screen or the traditional guns that are very efficient too. So here I have a traditional barcode gun, and I will scan my can of Coca-Cola to make for the example. So let's go to my database where I installed the barcode. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Yes. So now I have a barcode hub which is here. Usually you have to imagine this screen on your mobile screen of the barcode application. I'm on my laptop, but you have this on your mobile screen of the mobile application. Here you have a small tip, which is a sheet with all the barcodes of the operations. So you have operation to go to the menu, to cancel, to validate, to save, to go to the next document, last document. So it's very useful. You should print it. I just did it here, so I have the same sheet here so that I can scan the operations easily. And the second sheet is if you use demo data, you have samples of product location, if you scan location, or packing operation, delivery orders, and so on. So let's try. I just have to switch my keyboard. Where is it? Here. And adapt to the. So let's try to do an internal move. When you want to move product in the warehouse, the first thing you do is to scan a location. So I will scan the shelf like this. And when you scan the location, I have to connect, of course, the barcode scanner to my computer. Hope it works. When you scan a location, try again. Yep. I probably misconfigured it. Where is it? It's this one. Let's try. This location does not exist, so let's scan another one. Not exist, does not exist. Okay. I think I have to activate the multiple location. Just a minute. Inventory. Where is the inventory app? So I don't know if you know a lot of software where you can in real time do a demonstration of something like barcode scanning in a warehouse without preparation. It shows you how Odoo is good and what is our level of confidence on Odoo. Barcode interface is scanned, and I want to activate the location. Warehouse and location here. Okay, good. So this software is so easy that you without preparation, you can make a demo, which is a complex demo of. I just have to configure it, but it's 2 clicks. I had to install the barcode hub and now to activate the locations. Okay, let's do it again. So I am here. I don't know if you see it. Let's scan a location like this. You see that Odoo detects it automatically, and then I will scan a few products, like an iPad mini. You see that it has a line. If I scan another one, it goes to 2, 3, 4. Maybe I want to scan an USB adapter. And then when I'm done, I will scan the validate button, which is here, the validate button. And you see my screen to validate. And if I want to come back to the menu, I scan here. So you see, very easy. You scan a location, scan the product, scan the destination location, and you move your product in internal row. So let's do it again, super fast. I scan a location, I scan a product, another product, I scan the destination location, and I validate my document here and go back to the menu here. So very easy. You can also scan pre-made documents. So if you do picking or packing, the documents are pre-generated by Odoo. So you print the picking list and you scan the picking list reference. So let's do one. I hope I have one here. I have a reception delivery order here. You scan in. My delivery order is there, and then I have to scan 180 iPad minis. So I scan 180 iPad mini. 1, 2, 3. Of course, I will not do the 180. And there you have two possibilities. Either you use the keyboard if you have a screen on your barcode scanner, but my barcode scanner doesn't have a screen, so I can do it on the laptop. Or you validate because maybe it's a back order. And this time, usually you don't have a pop-up, but this time it's stop the user and ask a question. Because you only scan 3 instead of 180 that were reserved for this operation, what do you want to do? Create a back order or no back order? And this time I have a pop-up. So it's the only operation I have to do with a click. It's when you have a problem, the system warns you that there is a problem and you have to take a decision. But otherwise you do everything with the barcode scanner, so it's super fast. And then I come back to my menu and here it is. Okay, I hope it was a good explanation of how the barcode scanning works.
Thank you, Fabien. Feel free to ask your questions in the chat, whether it's on the product, whether it's on the company, the business model, the network of partners and the users, the community, the communication channels.
Feel free to provide us feedback too. How you would like to have this kind of session in the future? Do you want that we prepare 30 minutes of presentation about the last activities, the new features, and 30 minutes of questions, or 5 minutes of presentation, 50 minutes of questions? Or do you want to see different shows, maybe interview of our partners or community members or project managers so that they explain you how or implementation methodologies, and so on and so on.
There is a question about the barcodes and which barcodes are supported. Is the GS1 128 barcode supported? In the US, we have the UPC-A, the code 128. In Europe, we have the EN13, the EN8. So really, the way Odoo works with barcode scanners is a very generic way, and that's good because it allows for a lot of commonalities and support for a lot of devices, is that it works like detecting an external keyboard. So basically, we also even sometimes have the question, does Odoo support QR codes? And that's not the right question. The right question is, does the barcode scanner support QR codes? Because for as long as the barcode scanner device is going to output the information as an external keyboard, it's called a wedge keyboard emulator mode, and the vast majority of scanner devices supports that mode, then Odoo will be able to read the output. So it works with really anything, any barcode type, as long as your device can read it.
ID if you want. So I have a question here from Roberto. From Blessing. Odoo 10 does not display post session of previous sales. Yes, so when you are in the post interface, we only show the current sessions for the cashier. But if you go to the backend, you have access to all the previous sessions and the previous orders. So just go to the backend and you get access to everything if you are a manager. So we don't give access to the user, but we give access to the manager. And I follow up with a question for Tourmi here. What would be the average price of an entrepreneur starting as one user with the standard e-commerce and accounting? It's super easy. If you want to get the price, you just go to our website, odoo.com. Do I have it somewhere? No. Oh yeah, it was there. And you click on the pricing page here. For small companies, less than 50 users, so basically when you are one, you should choose between the free plan and the online one. So if you just want an e-commerce, it's free. If you want an accounting software, it's free because it's only one app. The free plan is for one app. If you need several applications, you have to choose the online plan. And the price here is for European price, but because I'm from Belgium, but you get a different price. Maybe I should switch to in dollars, or let's say from the United States, which is the most expensive one. With Canada, most of our prices are the same. It's part of the. So it's $25 per user and per month. So let's have a look at the details. Because you have a small extra fee per app. So if you have one user with e-commerce and accounting, here it is, it's $120 per month. For the price, you also have sales management, website builder, of course, accounting and invoicing, and you get all the features. Interface with your bank, so that the statements are downloaded automatically. Payment with payment gateways and payment processor automatically for your e-commerce. Everything is fully integrated, so the e-commerce produce invoice. You can do sales on the phone with the sales app. So it's $120. It includes everything: hosting with replication on different database, backups on 3 different servers, monitoring, email gateway, domain name. So there is no extra cost. We do have also the service included, so upgrades are free, unlimited support tickets. You can ask as much support tickets as you want. So that the price is $120. You have an extra, if you want, it's an optional, it's the implementation service. So if you want us to help you, training, customization, custom development, it's $7,700 for this setting. Mostly because this setting is a bit complex, because usually when we do website and e-commerce, there is a little bit of design. So you might have some design needs. You might have some advanced, lot of data to import from your current accounting software, and mapping to do with the different products. If you come from 2 different software and have to merge them in Odoo, we have to adapt a little bit the data. So training, data import, configuration, customization, and a little bit of extra development will cost you $7,700, but it's optional. So we do have a lot of people, especially if it's a simple need, one user, that do by themselves. They just configure Odoo by themselves. We have a training center, we have documentation, and it's not that easy if you only need 2 apps. And it's so the price for you will be $120. It depends on the country. If I go in a different country, let's say I am, I will not show you all the countries, but one thing which is important is once you use Odoo, you will not need any other software anymore. So let's say you want to do mass mailing. And you need your mass mailing to be integrated with your website. So you do email acquisition from your website, then you send newsletter based on orders, based on people that subscribe on your website. You had the email marketing. It's only $15. Even if you have 100 users, it's $15 fixed. So whatever you want in the future, it's just $10 or $15 for an extra app, fully integrated, no service, because usually when you use Odoo, adding an extra app has the same user interface, so it's quite easy. No complexity to integrate. So, and let's say later on you want to manage help desk, you want to do some support, it's just $25, and you can add your apps like that. So basically, when you start using Odoo, adding extra app is super cheap. And you get something, of course, fully integrated, so we not need any other tool in terms of IT.
Thank you, Fabien. And we have actually received subsequent questions about your scanning and barcode scanner demonstration. One of them is, what are the models of scanners that are supported? We included a link to the hardware that at least we have tested and that we recommend in the chat. So just look for Odoo point of sale hardware, and you will find the page. Another question related to that is is there an application to install in Odoo to support this? The answer is no. And even though Odoo is a web application, we were able to retrieve the information from the barcode scanner in the browser and apply it to Odoo as a software application, just like Fabien showed earlier. So there is nothing to add in the client or in the laptop that you're currently using. You just need your browser, and it works. And then the third question related to the barcode devices are how do you connect your barcode scanner to a tablet? And the answer to this is Bluetooth. You connect it with Bluetooth and it works. You will just want to make sure that you take into account some considerations like the language configured on your barcode scanner to make sure that it is in accordance with your tablet or your computer that you're using, as well as making sure that you are in keyboard wedge mode with your scanner. But apart from that, I mean, it just works. You have nothing to install on the client, which is fairly revolutionary in the point of sale world. Most of the time, there is a library to install or a local app to install in order to support those devices.
Okay, thank you, Fabrice. So a question here for Teton44. In the help desk module, why can we not change our internal notes? It's not logic. If we make a mistake, it's there forever. I'm not sure I understand the question, because if I go to the help desk application, so I go to the help desk application, I check the tickets, I open one ticket, the internal notes are here, and of course you can edit them. So not sure I understand the question, you just edit. So probably you had a very specific configuration, because you can make fields read-only, read-write, and you can customize Odoo. So probably someone customized Odoo for your own interface. But here it's super easy to change the internal notes. You might refer to the messages. When there is a message here, so if you send an email to a customer, you cannot change this email. Of course, it has been sent. But that's exactly like in Gmail or any email client. You are not supposed to change an email because the email has been sent to the customer. So even if you change it there, it does not reflect the reality that your customers received this email. But actually, I think there is a trick. I'm not sure about that. I think if you switch to the debug mode, you can still edit emails. I'm not, at least from the technical side, you can modify email, but no, I cannot do it from here. Okay. So yeah, you can always change your internal notes. So I'm not sure I get your question. Yeah, Fabrice?
All right, moving on to another question. Someone is asking, how can I get the patches and bug fixes for the community edition? It's Gaspar who's asking us this. So in fact, you can see in our GitHub account, if you go to github.com/odoo/odoo, you will find our repository for Odoo Community Edition. And if you just look at today as an example, we have 8 fixes just on Odoo 10. The way you get those bug fixes and patches is either straight from here, or you can update your Odoo instance directly from your server.
Yeah, and if you use Odoo Online, we update for you every day, so you don't need it.
That's right.
Okay, question here from Abderrahman. Does Odoo website include IAM between connected users? Yes, I think I will show you a demo in live. Can you go on odoo.com, Fabrice? So the way it works is that of course, every app of Odoo is fully integrated. So of course, our instant messaging app is connected to the website app. It's also connected to the mailing list. So every app in Odoo is fully integrated with the rest, which makes the system super powerful. So if I go to the live chat, in one click, I can decide to start answering questions from the website. So I click here, and now I will get people from the website. They will have a notification mechanism. Can you ask me from odoo.com a message, Fabrice? You can customize the way you want to show it. So you see there is a dialog box here, and you can click and ask a question. Wait with it. Yes. And now Fabrice will ask me a question from the website, and it should pop up here. Okay, Fabrice?
Yep. I sent you a...
maybe the first time I have to reload. Do it again. Yeah, it is. Thanks. So you can chat with him, and let's say it's a good lead. I can create a lead from here, /lead, put a name, and it will create a lead in my CRM, and I get the leads which is here so that I can assign it to a salesperson. It's very efficient. I will leave the chat, otherwise I will have questions from the visitors on the website. So you see it's pretty good, and Fabrice will get a rating when we close. Oh, sorry. He has a question about hosting. And you can invite someone else in the chat if you want to re-forward to someone else too. He gave me a good rating. Thanks, Fabrice. Yeah. So here is about the instant messaging. It's super cool. You just join. We often use that to train new salesperson. We tell them, just go 1 hour on the website, you join the live chat, and you are up and running, and you can discuss with customers so that you understand the market. Even myself, I do that sometimes Saturday and Sunday, answering questions of visitors. It helps me understand the market. And you can customize it like, you can define rules. You can also embed it in an external website that is not related to Odoo. Wow, I should not have activated it for our website. And so as you can see here, we say that for this country, we have an auto pop-up if they visit this page after a few seconds. So after 10 seconds, for these countries, if they visit this page, we need an auto pop-up, or we just display the button, or we hide the button. So you can customize your rules and decide to whom you'd like to talk to.
Thank you, Fabien. And we have a subsequent question about instant messaging. So yes, the same mechanism in Odoo discussed, like we talked about it earlier, takes care of instant messaging between connected users in the database, thanks to the icon in the top right corner. If you see my screen of my previous conversation with Fabien when he was a live chat agent, that's what you see here. But the same instant messaging works internally with connected users of your company, as well as with users in your portal. So if you want to have a private live chat session with only your portal users, maybe your customers, or if you're in a B2B environment, you can do that too through the conversation here in the live chat, the instant messaging.
Any plans for the Chinese market? Yes, the Chinese market is very important for us. We are working on training material or no training material to translate them in Chinese. Our website has been translated to Chinese. We do have a company in Hong Kong with the Chinese-speaking people to help sell, and we do have a lot of partners in Chinese that are quite good. So yeah, it starts to be an interesting market for us. So we are not as big in Chinese as we are in the United States or Europe, but it starts to be a very good market for Odoo, especially because the price is super good. At $8 per user and per month, you will not see any ERP software vendor at that price. So in China, they don't actually have competition against what we do. So yeah, and we are looking for more partners. So if people are interested to offering services on Odoo, feel free to contact us. We can provide the URL by email of the Become a Partner page. I will show you the page. And you get all the information there. Usually, the problem we have with Odoo is not a problem of demand. So we do have a lot of customer demand. It's a problem of offer, and it's the same for the Chinese market. So we do not have enough partner to deliver the services requested by the customer. Maybe I can show you how many leads we get. It's just incredible. Every X seconds, we get leads from people visiting our website that say, I want to use Odoo. So let's go to the sales. So here I'm in our production database. I will close my windows. Yeah. And I can go to sales and check the leads. And let's have a look at the leads that just transferred a few minutes ago. So as you can see, 951, 951, 951. So this minute, we had 3 leads.
And I see myself down there, the 6th lead. So since the moment you...
Since I created the leads from the live chat, which is here, we have had 4 new extra leads in the system. So every minute, or let's say we have 2 new leads per minute. So we need partners to handle this. I will delete your leads, Fabrice, sorry. We need partners to answer those leads.
Thank you. There is a question from Gaspar about whether we are considering a pricing plan or pricing bundle or service offer for startups. Like, for example, a 3 months free or 25% off. So first, we have a 1 app free plan. So you can use Odoo with any app for free if you choose 1 app. And then second, in regards with the pricing, we already have a startup-friendly pricing, I think, at between $8 and $25 or $30 per user per month.
It's difficult to do cheaper for what we provide.
Yes.
The value we give is so huge that you have to have in mind that software like NetSuite or Salesforce, they are at 180 for the ERP, just the ERP. We are at $25, so we already have a startup price. Can you show my computer? Let's have a look at Salesforce. But you could do the exercise with any other software vendor. If you have more than 5 users, because there is a small plan with nothing but minimum up to 5 users, it starts at 75. And the most popular plan is 150. They only do CRM. If you go on Odoo, and you could do the same. If you go to MailChimp for MailChimp to send email, you will have thousands of dollars just to send 1 million email, whether it's only $15 per month for Odoo. If you go to the pricing page, first, if you need only a CRM, it's free. So if you just want Salesforce, it's free because it's one app, and one app is always free with Odoo. If you need more than that, if you need to integrate your CRM with your sales and with your inventory, of course, Salesforce don't do that. But we are at $25 per user. So let's say I need 10 users. And I want a CRM fully integrated with my sales and my website. It's only $33 per user. Compared to the 75 just for a CRM, we consider that our price is low. We often have NGOs that are asking for a specific price. Do you have an NGO price list, for instance? Unfortunately, we say no, mostly because our strategy is to offer the bottom price always. So if we had the flexibility to reduce the price, we would already have done it. It's also for the same reason we don't negotiate the price. Our price is there, it's the price, unless you have more than 100 users. Our price is public, it's there, it's not negotiated, and you get the best price with us always.
All right, thank you, Fabien. So guys, keep the question coming in the chat. It is right now 9:56 a.m. Pacific.
Oh, maybe we should finish with the last 2 questions?
Maybe we can wrap up with maybe 1 or 2 last questions.
Okay, I have a question here from Ajo Deli. Can you manage multiple barcodes without duplicating the product? Yes, there are different ways to do that. You could use variants, but it's a way of duplicating the product if you use multi-dimension variants. You can use barcode for the vendor barcode, which is one barcode per supplier. Or you could use, we have 2 fields on Odoo, which is the internal reference and the barcode one. Both are working when you scan. So you can scan based on your internal reference or based on your barcode one. Usually when you get products from a supplier, he has a barcode, but some companies apply their own reference on top of it. So you have by default 2, but you can add per vendor or you can create variants to add per variant. But if you create variants, it's like creating different products. And you have a last question, Fabrice?
There is a question about the ledger per partner or per customer. Actually, that's something that you can have as a stat button. And it has changed depending on the versions, so it depends on the version you have. But with Odoo Studio, it would be possible to have that. And I can show it to you real quick. If I go to my contacts, and I will find anyone that I have. You see, I have a customer ledger button here at the top. And when I click on it, I see this one is empty because I don't have any transaction with this particular one. But I have the options here, just like for the financial reports that we have that are embed. And that's how you can do it. So depending on your versions, it might be there or not, depending on the modules that are installed. But getting a customer ledger per person is fairly easy.
Good. Thank you, Fabrice. Thank you, everyone. We'll try to continue that kind of events every week, every 2 weeks. Next time, probably we'll ask a project manager to showcase his competencies. And if you want to stay informed, you have the subscribe button on the bottom left. Maybe we'll keep my slides a few minutes so that if you want to contact us and get in touch with us, on my slide. Yep. If you want to contact us or get in touch with us, you have all the URL here, whether you want to offer services on Odoo or becoming a partner, or if you want to contact us if you are a new customer and you want a demo and get in touch with our team, you can click on one of these links and schedule your meeting instantly. So I will keep these slides for a few minutes, and thank you everyone. See you next time.
Thank you.